Biggest instrument of sin for some people is in their mouth. It's their tongue. Listen to what James had to say. So the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. And the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire course of life, and is set on fire by hell. And he goes on and says, who can tame it? It's uncontrollable. Today I want to talk about the sins of the tongue. What is it that we say that is sinful? And there are several areas where we get caught up in sinning. Obviously, lying. God is truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Well, when we lie, we are breaking God's law. We are sinning. We're committing sin. When you're not telling the truth, you are sinning. Boasting. It says we're not supposed to boast about ourselves, our intelligence, our wealth, our abilities. We're supposed to boast in the Lord. He's the one that gave it to us. He's the one that has infinite wealth, infinite intelligence, infinite abilities. The one we should be boasting about is Him, not ourselves. Gossip. Gossip is when I'm talking about somebody who's not there. And they're not there, and I'm talking about them, and what I'm saying is something I don't even know is true. Slander is when I'm talking bad about somebody who's not there, and maybe it is true, but it's not something that needs to be said. It's not my place to say these things. And it's sinful. It's wicked. When I was a boy, I was talking about somebody, and my mom and dad set me down and said, these are the rules. Don't say it if it's not true. Don't say it if it's not true. If you don't know it's true, then don't say it. Don't say it if it's not kind. Don't say it if it's not necessary. If it's not going to change things, don't say it if it's not edifying. If it's not going to build up, if it's not going to help, don't say it. And I remember as a boy, I said, and they said, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? And I would say, well, it's true. And that wasn't good enough. Gossip and slander ruin churches. Gossip and slander ruin families. If you're committing gossip and slander, stop it. Criticism, ridicule, anger. These are things that gossip and slander are when the person's not in the room. These are when the person is in the room and you're criticizing them. You are ridiculing them. You're making them feel small. You're pointing out things they did wrong. You're doing it possibly in an angry way, a manipulative way through your anger. That's sin. Idle talk. Well, the Bible's pretty clear. When you're just talking idly, you're probably going to end up saying something you shouldn't say. So be careful. It's better to be slow to speak, quick to listen, slow to anger. It says in the book of James, be careful what comes out of your mouth. Profanity. Profanity is when you misuse God's name. God's name is holy, it's righteous, and you need to be careful how you use it. Not use it as a joke or as an exclamation. I live in a country where people will say, God condemn it. But that's not exactly how they say it, but that's wrong. They'll say Jesus, but they'll say it in a way that's an exclamation. It's an angry thing. Be careful how you use the name of God. Vulgarity is when you're talking about something holy, like sex, and you're using it in an unholy context. You're using it to make a joke. That's vulgarity. That's wrong. Don't do that. And then sowing discord. When you're saying things to try and get this person against that person and things like that, that's just wrong. God hates the person, it says in Proverbs, who sows discord among the brethren. If churches were more careful, if church members were more careful about how they speak, it would change so much about how the church operates and how effective it is in the world around it. You say, well, what do I do? Well, you can't tame your tongue on your own. The only way you can tame your tongue is by surrendering your heart. Your tongue is just an expression of what's going on in your mind, of what's going on in your heart. So you need to give your heart to God. You need to surrender your heart to God. You need to ask God to help you. Only say things that are helpful to situations, helpful to people. Only say things that are humble. It's not about you. It's not elevating you. And only say things that express gratitude. Thank people for what they do. Thank them for what they're doing instead of ridiculing them. Instead of criticizing and condemning somebody, be thankful for them. Around other people, say things like, I thank God for my pastor. I thank God for this person. I thank God for my wife. You can have victory with the tongue, but it comes when you surrender your heart. Well, I'm Dave Early. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could do this. We're going to talk more about sin and what to do about it. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube. Just remember, we want to help you make disciples. We want to help you be a disciple.